Hello, here is your Montana Weather Hazards Briefing. For updates, please visit the NWS webpage or contact any of the Montana National Weather Service offices. An active week of weather is on tap, especially from Tuesday into next weekend. The first winter weather system impacts the state Tuesday into Wednesday, bringing significant snow to the higher elevations and passes of western Montana, with a snow-rain mix in the lower valleys. At the same time, strong to high winds will occur along the lee of the mountains from the Rocky Mountain front south to the Livingston area. Additional disturbances will impact parts of the state mid to late week with more light snow, except for periods of moderate snow in the western Montana mountains. Toward the end of the week, strong to high winds will again impact the state and may be widespread heading into the weekend. Confidence in timing and exact details becomes a bit lower toward the end of the week into the weekend due to a bit less model agreement. Temperatures will average at least normal to above normal through much of the period for most areas, especially mid to late week as winds and moisture increase. Here are the forecast snow accumulations for the Tuesday to early Thursday system that will primarily impact western and southwest Montana. Note that along parts of the Bitterroot Mountains, snow will be best measured in feet. Here's the 7-day forecast for precipitation through next Saturday afternoon. Additional rounds of snow and some valley rain will continue at times through the week, even after the midweek system across parts of western and southwest Montana. Strong winds can be expected for much of the week into the weekend, especially for areas along the lee of the mountains. However, by Friday into next weekend, keep in mind that strong winds may spread out across much of the state in association with a potential pattern change to cooler conditions for the following week. Here is the 7-day forecast for select cities throughout the state, depicting the warming trend mid to late week, followed by a cooling down toward the weekend. Please feel free to pause the video to take a closer look. Next weekend looks to be the beginning of a pattern change to cooler and wetter conditions that will last for much, if not all, of the following week. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions or concerns, contact any of the 4 Montana National Weather Service offices. We are available 24/7, 365. Have a great week.